Hey guys, so we're 10 weeks into the season and we have won 7 straight games. We went into Tampa Bay on Sunday against a top 5 football team in the NFL against a NFL MVP candidate in Baker Mayfield. And you know what we did? We won. We won. And it was 28-23. And Drake May did not have his best game because if you're going by completion percentages, he was like 50%. He completed 50% of his passes. It was 16 out of 31 passes were completed, but he did have like 200 over 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. I think he might have been a little concussed on that interception that he did have because it was an interception in the end zone, like a play after he was absolutely demolished by 2 Bucs players and he got hit in the head, helmet to helmet. Did they get in trouble for that, roughing the passer or anything like that? No, because he's not Patrick Mahomes. Nor did he cry. He just popped back up and went to the huddle and threw a pick. But I appreciate a quarterback that does not cry about getting hit, Patrick Mahomes. If they had hit Patrick Mahomes like that, he would have just, it would have been the end of the world. And he would have been rolling around and flopping and having a fake seizure on the field. Let's be honest. So it was an exciting game. He did have 2 touchdown passes, and then we had 2 rushing touchdowns. And his first touchdown comes to Kyle Williams on this absolutely incredible throw where he's like, looks like he's looking at Matt Collins. Matt Collins is covered. And so he's like going to throw this way and he like adjusts his body and then like his arm and then he like throws. And Kyle Williams makes this great catch and proceeds to go 72 yards for a touchdown, topping a speed of like 21 miles an hour. Like he was legitimately fast. You could tell on TV how fast he was. And then there was actually a pretty great Pats contingency because you could hear people like roaring. You also heard some MVP chants. And when they asked Drake May about it, he was like, "Oh, I think they were chanting for Baker Mayfield." And I'm like, "Oh, were they when he was not on the field, when he was sitting on the sidelines, not making great plays like you? They were chanting MVP?" Sure. We love a humble king. So it was just exciting. And then, like, we have this, we win the ball, where we win the coin toss, we elect to defer. So we get the ball in the second half. We get the ball back in the first half with like a minute and a half to go, or a minute, something like that. We march down the field. There's like, whatever Mike Vrabel was thinking, I don't know, but he has Drake May just go down on first down. And it's first and goal. Drake May goes down, doesn't lose any yardage, but attempts to make 0 plays. And we try to run it in on second down from like the 1 yard line. We can't do it. I don't think that Travion Henderson is great running into the teeth of a defense. I don't think that he is. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I think that's more of a Ramondre Stevenson type thing, but he is out with a toe. So we got to go with what we got. We have Terrell Jennings, who is out by this time because we were dropping like flies on Sunday. And we try to run it in on third down. We can't do that. Like, Tampa Bay has a great run defense, and some of the play calling on Sunday I don't understand. But we won, so as long as we are winning, I guess we can make dumb plays or play calls. I don't know, but why do we have to run it on every freaking first and second down? Is all I want to know. We have a guy that throws one of the best deep balls in the NFL. Every time he throws a deep ball, I get so excited because you know it's going to be completed. Like, he threw an insane deep ball to Matt Collins, who almost ran that one in for a touchdown. But I digress because we're not talking about Matt Collins and the deep ball. We're talking about the fact that we tried to rush it. We give up the first and goal, whatever. It ended up being genius because it worked, but like, second down, nothing. Third down, nothing. So they stopped the clock 2 seconds left in the half. And we have a decision to make here. Do we kick it and we take 3 points because Borregales good? Or do we attempt to go for it because we get the ball back in the second half? And if we don't score, we don't score, whatever. But I probably would have kicked the field goal because that was guaranteed points, and you need points in the National Football League. At least that's what my Grable says all the time. So I would have kicked it, but he didn't elect to do that. And instead, they passed it. 2 seconds left, and Drake May throws it to Stephon Diggs, who makes this ridiculous toe-tapping catch in the end zone to score the touchdown. That never happens for the Patriots. We never get toe-tapping touchdowns ever. But now apparently with Stephon Diggs and Drake May, we do. I was so excited I called my brother-in-law because I just had to have somebody to talk about it with. It was very exciting because it never happens for us. Then we come back, we get the ball in the second half. We go down and we score on a run. Like Travion Henderson breaks a tackle and goes 55 yards to score. And all of a sudden it's 21-10 before, what's his name? Baker Mayfield ever sees the field again. And it was just, I don't understand why when we have a lead, all of a sudden our offense has to get like conservative. And then all of a sudden all we do is rush and go 3 and out because, ow, I got an eyelash. Rush and go 3 and out because Josh McDaniels' play calling is mental sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm glad he's our offensive coordinator for the most part, but every once in a while, he's like, he makes some head scratching. He loves to run a ball when we should be passing. In my opinion, obviously, I'm not an NFL offensive coordinator, but it probably could be. Okay, I love football. I kind of know a little thing or two about it, and I don't think I would want to put my foot on the neck of the other team. And I mean, I know they hated when the Patriots of old used to run up a score, but nothing is promised in the National Football League. So to run up the score, and even Tony Romo was like, they get conservative and then it comes back to bite them. Thankfully, it didn't on Sunday, but there was a couple runs that I didn't know what was happening. And then we get the ball back, and there's like, thankfully our defense held up pretty well on Sunday, outside of the fact that they finally allowed a runner over 50 yards in rushing yardage, 53 yards, but still they went 10 weeks before allowing a runner to break 50 yards, and it was only by 3 points. So I would have liked to have kept that under 50, but I'm just greedy and I like stats like that. So we go and we run it again. And there's like, I understand wanting to eat up clock and not giving the ball back, but at least you're going to have to like convert some downs in order for that to happen. You can't go 3 and out on like 3 rushing plays where you lose yardage or you barely get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't understand why that is. I don't understand Josh McDaniels' play calling. And even Tony Romo was like, you can't run it here. He's like, I don't love this play. And thank goodness for Tonga, our defensive lineman, who went in at fullback and took out 5 Buccaneers. Like, he blocked one and then he like fell and it caused like this bowling ball effect. And then like 5 guys fell, and love that. And Travion Henderson then goes for like 50 something yards because he had 2 rushing touchdowns over 50 yards, and he was so fast that he's going down, then he like veers, he turns around and he looks at the sideline to see if he should go in and score or if he should just go down, let them catch him, and then continue to try and score from like the 1 yard line, which they couldn't do before. So they told him to go in and score, and there's a lot of talk about that in Patriots Nation as far as like the pundits and things go, where they were like, you should have gone down. It was good that he scored. Anyways, we won. We did allow Tampa Bay to then score a touchdown after that with like a minute left in the game. And so they kick an onside kick, and it was a dangerous kick. They almost recovered that onside kick. But Stephon Diggs stepped in, got that onside kick, got obliterated. It took him a few minutes to get up, and we were like, great. If we lose Stephon Diggs to a concussion, great. But we didn't. He's active. He's playing tonight because we have a Thursday night game against the New York Jets, who literally threw the ball on Sunday 11 times. They only passed 11 times in 16 minutes of football. They only had 54 yards of offense on Sunday. And the only thing they can do semi-decently well is run the football, and we have like one of the top run defenses in the league. And if your only source of offense is to run, they shouldn't score any points tonight, but they might. They did end up beating Cleveland on Sunday, if that says anything about Cleveland, but they beat them with special teams and not their 54 yards of offense on Sunday. So hopefully that repeats itself tonight because the Patriots are banged up. Everyone was dropping like flies on Sunday. Christian Barmore, AJ Hawkins, Travion Henderson, Terrell Jennings, everyone dropping like flies on Sunday. Kayshon Bouttie's still out. Ramondre Stevenson is still out. They did come back to practice this week. They were limited, but they are back in practicing this week, so that's a good sign. And obviously they're not active tonight. And then we have like 10 days before we play our next game. And then it's hopefully they're good to go by the time we meet the Bengals in like 10 days. But hopefully tonight we win. The only good defensive players on the Jets got traded at the deadline, so I don't even know what this Jets team is right now. But it's a divisional game, which are always tough on a Thursday night, on a short week where we're banged up. And I mean, I bet you the Bills thought they were going to just steamroll Miami on Sunday, and they didn't. They lost pretty handily. Thank you, Miami, because that gives us a 2-game lead in the AFC East. And for all we know, the road to the Super Bowl could go through Foxborough again. It's really fun being a Patriots fan again. And I love it because all we do is win, no matter what. Got touchdowns on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time we step up in the building, everybody's hands go up. So I need to go and watch this game because it's about to start. But let's go, Pats. Let's get our 8th win in a row against a New York Jets team that is real bad. So no game is guaranteed in the NFL. I can't even say we're going to win tonight because you just never know, especially in a divisional game. But if we lose this game, then something went terribly wrong for us. So go Pats!